set for football now. It's U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go from U.S. Bank Stadium. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Is there a more exciting guy in the NFL to watch play quarterback than this guy, Mike? I mean, one of the most dynamic athletes to ever play the position. And what's truly unique about him is his ability to beat you both as a runner and equally as a passer. And that's really where his game has developed. Defensive coordinators, they don't sleep very much when they know they're facing this guy and all the problems that he presents.
Ivan Pace on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 7. That's quickly to Andrews on the RPO. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
In motion goes Likely. Jackson fires complete to Flowers. And a good job rallying to the football. Holds just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
So after getting drafted in the 1st round a year ago to Minnesota, gets off to a slow start, suffers an early injury, ends up watching the entire season from the sideline. Sam Darnold took the starting job and ran with it. But now it's J.J. McCarthy's time. He got to watch firsthand how good you can be in this Kevin O'Connell system if you just rely on the weapons, trust the reads, and play within the confines of that system, because Kevin O'Connell has shown 2 things. He can win football games, and he can coach quarterbacks.
Pick up a 2 on the last run. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll put Addison in motion. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
A gain of 17 yards.
A gain there of 17.
First down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
That's another.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
22 yards, the pickup there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed, great run.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. They bring up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher, and this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
On 4th down, it's Will Riker time for this Viking field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. Riker's kick is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready now for their second drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Jonathan Grenard in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on.
He keeps it himself.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Jackson now to throw on first down. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he'll be forced out of bounds a yard or so shy of the marker, but it is a gain of 9 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Jackson. He's going to keep it himself. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Ravens.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
1 yard gain.
They went to the designed quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
In motion goes Likely. On the give, here's Henry. And he's going to go backwards. Taken down at the 6.
And now with that stop on 2nd and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. 3rd and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
3rd and goal for Jackson. He'll try to run for it.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
So a field goal here would tie the game. If the kicking unit stays on the sideline, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of picking up this fourth down when I've got big old Derrick Henry in the backfield. So what an unbelievable job by this defense coming up with a huge fourth down stop.
The Vikings offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And the defense signaling safety here. The official says he made it out of the end zone, but not by much.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 1-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. So the two sides going to make that long walk to the other end of the field. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 9. As we are ready to get back underway. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, he gets swarmed under. They meet him in the end zone. It is a safety. And that's the first thought in your mind, running a play from the 1. If you're the defense, trap them back behind the line, get a safety, and that's exactly what they do with the good stop there.
This is one of those situations, Mike, where the defense really understands what's coming. They know the offensive point of view is to just try to give themselves a little breathing room, move it away from the goal line, and in this case, they're able to capitalize, make the tackle for loss, and it leads to the safety.
So after giving up the lead with that safety, we're also going to give up the football. It's a free kick from the 20. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Been a bit of a shaky start so far. A punt followed by the turnover on downs last time they had it. Trying to turn things around here on drive number 3. First and 10 now from the 36. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 14 on that play. 1 play, 1 first down.
Good for a Baltimore first down.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
A give right up the middle to Henry. Whoa! And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
At the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he's gonna pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 6. And the Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 6.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and When you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the
4
offense.
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
That's another Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 6.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 9. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Now he'll run. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Five yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. In motion goes Likely. Jackson. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
good blocking, and he's in. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens.
Touchdown.
A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Ravens will open up a 6-point lead.
Vikings 3.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And things have changed since they last had it on offense. The safety led to a touchdown, and now they find themselves behind in this game as they begin with a 1st and 10. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. To throw is McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison.
McCarthy's pass complete to Jordan Addison. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
from the 31. Here's 2nd and 5. Little play action here with McCarthy. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
That's caught left side by Hopkinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Forced out left. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it, and it's Jones. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
Play action now. Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Second down, Jackson. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 11. First down, Baltimore.
A gain of 11 on the play. And
this is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll give it, going left. There's Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. A pickup there of 19 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 19 yards.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. At the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. In motion goes Likely. On play action, here's Jackson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, 3rd down, they need 5. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Lamar going to work from the pistol. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
And goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. A second effort, and he is in. Derek Baltimore. His second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Vikings 3.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard
This is such a critical
line.
moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Minnesota.
39-yard line.
To throw, it's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. Inside the 40. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Ravens.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
On is Luke to add the extra point. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Price now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Flush to his right, and he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Here's Hawkinson in motion. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Tied for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll begin here on the ground. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the handoff, Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down. This has got this up to the 35.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
We'll go back to Jones on first down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
They'll motion over Thielen. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He takes off. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
J.J. Hawkinson. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. He'll step up and run this. A pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does, takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he will score! T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Vikings.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and That's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Reichert. He gets it to go. The Vikings are able to edge a bit closer.
23, Vikings 10.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. They'll send Flowers in motion.
Flowers, the ball carrier. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Josh Metellus there on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, Jackson. He'll try to run for it.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
A 1st down throw for Jackson. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, here's Henry. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Ivan Pace on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and long. Here's Jackson. The throw on the run is complete. They needed 16. That's exactly what they got. By a whisker. Enough for a 1st down.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Pistol formation with Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and
As a route
3.
runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Jackson from the gun on third down. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, Baltimore.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And he'll be taken down after a gain 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Bateman is the motion man. He'll step up and run. And he's in! Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Henry try to run for it. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the tries for 2. The lead remains right where it is.
Tyler Loop to kick
now,
off
after the
Baltimore.
touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Mike Green getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That is rare. You don't see 3rd and 17 converted all that often. 1st down.
6-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. So the hope is, when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space, so when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Play action now, it's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
10 at the 34-yard line.
On play action, here's McCarthy. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That's caught left side. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
This one complete to Oliver. And the tackle is made at about the 6.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 6-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Reichert now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings are able to cut into the deficit.
Ravens 29, Vikings 17.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. In motion goes Likely. Now Lamar gonna hang on to it, and he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Jackson gonna keep it himself. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it.
The quarterback keeps it on the option. Byron Murphy on the tackle. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Raven first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
Now Jackson, this a design run, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another
Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down. On the handoff, it's Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Play action now. Jackson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Long, incomplete. Covering, outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That one is good. And the Ravens add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. Price now to return it. Whoa! And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give, and now, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion goes Likely. A give right up the middle to Henry. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 2.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Bateman is the motion man. On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he's into the end zone yet again. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. The ball comes out. One of the Ravens has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Ravens are going to extend their lead.
46, Vikings 17.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They run it once more with Jones. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
And he is putting in the work, dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Again, it's Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. On the zone read, it's McCarthy. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. They get 24 on that one. It'll be a Vikings first down.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for 1 extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the first down.
He'll run again. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Vikings are able to edge a bit closer.
Vikings 24.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.